Jen Cascell here. I am back with another design team project share and tutorial for Scrap Diva Designs. Before we get started, here is her website and all of the info on the back. Make sure to use that hashtag Scrap Diva Designs for some amazing inspiration. And as always, if I've inspired you in any way, please feel free to use my coupon code JEN10 for 10% off your purchase at the shop. I super appreciate everyone who uses my coupon code and affiliate link. I do get a small kickback and it helps me continue to create free content for you guys. So let's dive in. Today we are going to be making this adorable butterfly caddy. I'm using this as a tool caddy in my die cut area, so I do still have some of my stuff in here. I am using the Butterfly Mini Album 2 that came out this month at the shop. Super, super cute die sets. I also use, these are the box making strips. One of my absolute favorite dies in the shop. I use this over and over and over again. It was released quite some time ago, but I use it all the time. So with this one, super, super simple to do, honestly. So with this one, I did several layers of the butterfly in front, and then I did a little floral cluster that ran across, and then this hippie sole is from the retro words that were released this month as well. So cute. I did a ribbon on the side here. It's like a really cool lace ribbon that I had in my stash for ages, and I actually used it up on this project. I did continue the pattern paper on this side. So let me show you what you need to create this. So for the base of your tool caddy, you are going to need 4 of the base layers, which is this die right here. This is the largest butterfly in the set. So I've cut this out of 110-pound cardstock. I did 4 of them. This one, I've already attached the stitched layering piece to it. So it's this one right here that I did. And of course, you'll need 4 of those as well. This is a symmetrical die, so you don't need to worry about flipping the page around when you run it through your die cut machine. So I am doing this beautiful green leaf paper. This is from the new summer collection, the Hello Summer from Scrap Diva, that was released this month as well. And I also have this stripe pattern, and this is going to go on the interior. Now, as you can see, for my exterior pieces, I just left it as is. But for my interior piece, I just cut this tiny little strip out in the center. So I just layered them together, and then I took my scissors and zhuzhed it just a tiny bit. I went up, about 1.25 inches from the bottom piece right here. So I just cut this little hump at the bottom. I cut that out, and then I did a long, well, a strip up the center so that it's almost like a triangular shape at the bottom. So I did not add these to the blue base yet. I am going to wait until I start putting on my box making strips. So you will need, I used the larger, so this is a 3-inch. So you get this in a small and a large. You're going to cut 1 of each of these. And I've already gone ahead and glued them together. And then I cut off, you're going to have one little tab on one side. So go ahead and cut that off so you just have straight edges right here. And then I've also folded in my tabs like so, and then I simply folded it in the middle. So all I did was put them back to back and then did that fold. Make sure that you use your bone folder on this to get a really nice crease. So I'm gonna set aside the front and back portion, and we're just gonna work with these two blue pieces right here. Remember, you want a really sturdy cardstock for this. I used 110 pound. I also used 110 pound cardstock for this as well. So starting with our first piece, I'm gonna come over with my Barely Art glue. I'm gonna use liquid glue for this. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of glue to this interior piece right here. I'm just doing a thin strip and making that, or gluing these two strips together. You don't want to go too far down, but this will give you a really sturdy base for it. Now, I'm going to count 3 tabs and add glue to those tabs. And just line up your 3 tabs right at the base here. Just try to get it right in the center. And you want to make sure that those 3 tabs are sitting on top of this. Now your 4th tabs are actually going to go on the outside of this. So now I'm going to take my Barely Art and add just a tiny bit of glue to the 4th tabs on both sides. And just use your thumb and forefinger, or use your 4 fingers to just kind of pinch that in place. Same thing with this one over here. And don't worry about, you know, glue mess. You're actually not going to see this at all. Now I'm going to work with a few tabs at a time. So I just did 5 tabs. I'm going to flip it over and then run my finger right along here. Once again, grab your glue, add just a tiny bit to your tabs. The more glue you use, the longer it's going to take to dry. And if you're using a really good glue like Barely Art, you don't need a lot of glue to really make this stick. All right, now I'm going to count 7 tabs from the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I am just going to fold down. Grab my bone folder, and I'll do the exact same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and fold over. Now I'm gonna grab a few more tabs, add that glue, just a tiny bit. And once again, let's start bringing that 7th tab is going to go right into that fold, that pocket that the wings make. Now, if you're having problems getting this to stick in the areas that have like indents and stuff, go ahead and grab your hot glue. Have your hot glue gun at the ready. Don't make it, you know, we want this to be an enjoyable experience. That's why we craft. We don't want swearing. We don't want frayed nerves. So once again, hit it with a little liquid glue. And bring that up. It really helps to keep this on your work surface while you're doing this. That way you can really press down and get the leverage that you need for those tabs to go inward. And like I said, don't be afraid to grab that hot glue gun. If it's not working out for you, grab that hot glue and add a little hot glue, and that'll give you an instantaneous hold. Now I am going to take the time to kind of bend around this curve a little bit. Use that bone folder, give your paper a bit of a curve. And as you can see, my one piece kind of lifted when I did that. That's okay. I'm just gonna go in with my hot glue gun and really force it in there, okay? Don't worry, you're not gonna see any of this. As you can see, I've already had some glue. That's totally fine. Okay, now I'm just gonna kind of pinch at this second. I have 2 right here, and then I have another 2. I'm not doing a full, I'm not doing a full fold like I did for this right here. I'm just kind of using my thumb and forefinger to kind of pinch it in there. I haven't glued anything down yet. And then once again, using my thumb and forefinger to kind of pinch. I might even, this is one of my tricks when I'm going around tabs that are giving me problems because I'm going into indents. I'll cut the tabs in half, and that'll give you a little more leverage as well to really get in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my liquid glue. Flip it over and use my bone folder to really press that down. I'm gonna do the exact same thing on this side. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a fold, a little pinch, and then a little pinch right here. Not doing a complete fold. Grab your liquid glue. I'm gonna try it with liquid glue. I do like how sturdy liquid glue is, but it's always okay to supplement with hot glue. That way you get the best of both worlds. Now that I have that in, before I move on to my next piece, I'm gonna take one of my striped butterflies and add some hot glue or liquid glue. Now, since we created that dip in the center here, I can just slide that right in. Really get into that bottom. Make sure that that is pressed, because it's going to be hard to access this once we have our other side. Now remember, once again, we're doing 3 tabs. And then the 4th, I'm actually going to do the 4th and 5th, and I'm putting glue on the interior of these tabs. So let's take our second piece. This is the one that doesn't have anything on it, and I'm just going to set that right on top, and then fold these tabs over, and I'm probably going to add a little hot glue to this one. Just let it sit there for a moment. I'm gonna go in, just use the hot glue on this first tab that's going to sit on the outside. Okay, I'll even probably do this one right here. Make sure that that's sitting down nicely. And one more here. Now I know I've got a sturdy base to start going around these tabs. Now it's just a matter of locking these tabs. I'm going to do right here at the corner. I'm going to use a little more hot glue for this one. Add a dab of hot glue on this corner and press those down. I'm I'm going to do the exact same thing. Make sure all of my tabs are on the outside of the box before doing this. Once again, a little hot glue on these corner tabs. So now I can add glue to all of my tabs. I'm going to do them all at once this time. And just start using my bone folder and finger to really press everything in. Okay, now when you flip it over, everything should be nice and tight in this corner here. If it's not, go ahead and run some hot glue along there and really make sure those corners or tabs are pressed down. So I'm going to repeat on this side. I'm going to open up all of my tabs and put some glue in there and use my work surface. Okay, so now we have our base done on both sides. We can go ahead and add all of the glue, and once again, I'm just going to kind of pinch from the second down, and then this one is just going to get a little pinch right there. Okay, add my glue. Okay, I have this side completed, and I'm going to go to my next side. Once again, I'm pinching at those two tabs, and then again down here. Make sure everything looks good, because now we can go ahead and add our striped piece and slide that in. Okay, now let's add a bit more sturdiness and cover up our tabs with these. Remember, I've already put my base layer and my stitch layering piece together, and I'm going to use liquid glue for this. Just go ahead and pop that on top. Cover those tabs and line everything up. Use your bone folder. Flip it down on your work surface and really press that down. We can do the same thing to the other side. Okay. Line everything up. I find it easiest to start at the top and then work my way down. Okay, I have my tool caddy all together. Turned out super cute. Love it. I am going to add, I don't know if I'm going to use pattern paper here, or I really liked that lace trim that I used. Like I said, I used it all, so I don't have any left. But I am going to look at my stash and see what kind of wider trims I have around. Like I said, you could always use some cardstock to cover this up as well. So that's an option. And I've also cut, I have this butterfly for the center. You can just go ahead and pick whatever side you like a little bit more. I'm not going to do the multiple wings like I did on this one, because I am going to do like an ephemera cluster. But I also cut out, this is the smaller butterfly that comes with it. I went ahead and cut the base, and then I have the wings, and I ended up cutting this little guy too, and I just clipped the wings from him so I could have the center a different color. And I did the exact same thing for this right here. So my butterfly is going to look like that. But I am going to decorate this, and I'll be right back. All right, so here she is finished. So cute. I did the Good Vibes from the Summer Words collection that came out. I also did some of the ephemera from the Hello Summer. There's some chipboard tucked back here. That small butterfly from the die set. I did the You Are Sunshine from the collection on the back. Just super fun. Great summery vibe. Really cute. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'd love to see what you created with it. Stop back at the shop. Once again, here is the website and info. And make sure to use my coupon code JEN10 if I've inspired you in any way. I super, super appreciate it, you guys. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more crafty content. I'll see you in the next crafty video. Bye.